So just looking at the answers for this one, this is the foundation sheet that we put out there for you yesterday. So very quickly, going to go through it all. 19% as a fraction, well, percent means over 100, so it's literally 19 over 100. Can it simplify? No, therefore you leave it like that. 30% as a fraction, well, as we said, 30% is 30 over 100, and we can cancel that down. So there we go, that's 3 over 10. 4/5 as a percentage, right, so what you do here is go from 4 to 5. You can change that to 8 over 10, which you can change to 80 over 100, which makes 80%. Here it says calculate the cube of 8. That's 8 cubed means 8 times 8, which is 64, and then 64 times 8, by multiplication method, 512. 2 to the power of 5 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, so it's 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Then we get to rounding. A typical type of question you'll get is something like this. So 329.54 to the nearest 10. What you're going to say there is that is either 320 or 330. So it's actually closer to 330. To the nearest 100, well, you're saying it's either 300 or 400. Clearly it's closer to 300. And then to the nearest integer. Integer is a whole number. So is that closer to 239, to 329, or is that 330? That 5 is a high, go high, 330. 1 dp, okay, so 1 decimal place, it's that fella there. Does that go high? Well, that's a 4, that's low, so stay. So therefore it is as you've got there. And then we go here. So this is just being careful with your negative numbers. What do I divide 20 by to get 4? So it's 5, but then I want a minus 4, and that's a plus, so that has to be a minus 5. What do I take away from 7 to get to minus 10? Well, okay, you could go like this, and you've got, right, there's minus 7, and I want to get to minus 10. So I need to go further down, so I need to go down another 3, down another 3. Here, I'm at 5 on my number line, and I want to get to 0. So I'm adding a negative. It's a bit of a trick, that one. I'm adding a negative. And here I want a positive 36. A minus and a minus is a plus. So it's got to be both minuses. 6 is a 36. Pictograms. So what you have to do is the key here, sometimes called the legend. It says the pictogram shows the amount of money raised by students in some tutor groups at a school. So each circle represents £10. So you can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds, 10, 20, 30, 30 pounds, 45 pounds. Well, it's got to have 4 lots of a whole and a half. So there you go. It's got to all be regimented. Okay. Now this may not get the full marks because it's supposed to be in line, and then that one's supposed to be there, and it's supposed to be a half. So it has to all be in line. So I may mark this person down if they didn't do it right. So it's supposed to be 4 and a half. And here there's 3 and a half, so it's 35. And then it says here, complete the pictogram. We've done that. How much money was raised altogether? Well, you're just going to add all these together. And you can do it, if it's non-calculator, do it in chunks. So 35, 45, 70, 80, 8, 9, 17, 170 pounds. Boom. Then we go to this bit here. It says 24 to 16 to 8. The ratio is written there, and simplify what goes into all of these. Well, the highest common factor is 8. It goes into all of them. So 1 8, 2 8s, 4 8s. Is it 4 8s? No, that would be 3, wouldn't it? So that should be 3. So that should be 3 there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's really easy to make a mistake, especially if we're rushing it. Rachel has some apples and bananas in the ratio of 2 to 3. She has 14 apples. So we got a 2 to 3 ratio, and it is apples to bananas. And it's got 14. So what have we gone from there to there? New over old. Don't forget the new over old gives you a scale factor. So new over old is what you get your scale factor from. 14 over 2 is 7. So times that by 7, times that by 7, 21 bananas. Here, expand, multiplication arm, that times that times that, a squared minus 9a. The opposite, factorize, multiply out of that. What goes into 20 and into 24? Well, 4 sixes, x plus 4 fives, x. And I can take a 4 out, and I can take 1x out. And then I'm left with 6x plus 5. Expand, multiplication arm again, 30 minus 9y. And here I can get that one, you could write a c plus 2c. You can see you take 1c out from both of them, and you're left with c squared plus 2. Boom. Right, now we go over here. Proportion. Okay, a car travels at 120 miles in 3 hours. So immediately I'm thinking, well, that must be 40 miles per hour, wasn't it? 3 hours for an hour. And it says, how far to go? Oh, there you go. How far in 1 hour? Well, 40 miles. How far does it travel in 8? Well, 8 lots of 40, 320. This one here, complete the table here. So you have to put a value in. Like if you start with what they're giving you, then you can check that you're doing it right. When 0 goes in there, 2 noughts are 0 plus 4 is 4. When 3 goes in there, 2 3s are 6 plus 4 is 10. So there we go. So minus 1 in there, minus 1 times 2 is minus 2 plus 4 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 2s are 4 plus 4 is 8. Now what you can notice here, if you've got that one wrong because of the negatives, you can see it goes up in 2s. So you can say, if you had got that wrong, you can then change it because it's all got to be in line. It's a straight line. And then you plot these. Now to plot these, it goes 0 across, 4 up. Then it says 1 across, 6 up. Look at the axes. It's 1 across, 6 up, 2 across, 8 up, etc., etc. And then you draw it with a straight line. Okay, so here we need to write name of this equation. We know it's y equals mx plus c, where c is where it cuts the y-axis, so that's plus 1 on this diagram, and m is your gradient. Remember, the rise over run. So here you go, let's take a triangle. I can go from there to there. That seems an obvious one. So that is a jump of 4, width of 2. So it's 4 over 2, which is 2. So m is 2. So yeah, y equals 2x plus 1. And then we get amount as a percentage. For every 50 students at this school, 29 are girls. What's 29 as a percentage? Well, it's 29 out of 50, which I can write as 58 over 100, which is 58%. And then it says how many girls attend the school. If there are 1,000 girls in the school, or if there are 1,000 girls, then it's 58% of 1,000. And what I can see here is I can cancel out 0, 0, 0, 0. So 58 times 10, 580. Now I think we go right close to the end. Yeah, this is the last one. Okay, multiplying fractions. Make them into top heavy. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 5s are 10 plus 2 is 12. Multiplying, you just times the top together and bottom together. Now what you can do here is not this, but you can say, well, I can cancel out if I wanted to. That goes in, yes. So that's 1 3's there and 4 3's there. So 4 4s are 16 over 5. How many 5s is 16? 3 and 1/5. So it's the same. Different ways of doing it. Here, now because it's minusing, adding a minus, you need to have the same common denominator. So times that by 7, that by 5, whatever you times the bottom times the top, whatever you times the bottom times the top. So you get 21 and 10. 21 take away 10 is 11 over 35. And then finally, or 2 more to go, the price of the TV is £260. In the sales, it's decreased by 20%. So what you need to do is find 10%. 10% is 26, 20% is 52. And then you say take 52 away from 260, leaves 208. The number of TVs sold increased from 78 to 98. What's the percentage increase? So the difference, you've got to do the difference over the original times 100. And so the difference there is going to be 28 over 70. And it's non-calculator, so you can see if you get stuck, you think, well, actually 7 goes into all of these. 7's into that is 4 over 10, which is 40 over 100, which is 40%. And then finally, the volume of this Well, it's a triangle times 12. The triangle is half base times height, so it's half base times height. 5 fours are 20 times 2 is 10. 10 times 12 is 120. Boom.